It's football season, guys. I I don't know what I expected. But I didn't expect a return to the same shit that we had last year. 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018. Hell, just throw in 2017. We have been terrible. And you know what we have been the best at in the entirety of the NCAA? Choking. And look what happened again. We choked. Again. I can't understand. Hello, I'm back. I'm doing this on a Friday because I just feel like it. Let's look at this one stat that may be cherry picked, but I don't care. Nebraska's final offensive possessions when tied or losing by one score or less. Let me copy the image and throw it onto here. Let's look at this. Colorado, we lost, turnover on downs. Troy lost on interception to who the hell is this quarterback? Northwestern, we throw an interception. Iowa, we score, tie it, but then lose. Colorado, we had two chances, one in overtime and one in the regular. Interception, missed field goal. Against Northwestern, we actually get a win with Noah Vedral. He's still kicking about somewhere else. Basketball legend, eh? And then we go right back to lose, and it just keeps on going until this time. 24 chances to break this. 24 chances to score when down by one score or less in the final possession. And we lose almost every single time. I can't understand it. I simply cannot understand. What is the problem? We have changed coaches. We have changed athletic directors. We've changed Nebraska presidents. We've changed university system presidents. Yeah, that just happened recently. And we're still doing the same thing over and over and over again. I don't care that it is the first game of this season. This is an alarming thing. You remember, okay, let's put an example. The 2019 Patriots. They were doing well, sure, but they were consistently doing bad against teams that were pretty terrible, but they still got wins. And you know what happened? Tom Brady left the next year, and now they are just as mediocre as everyone else. This time, we get a new coach, we have new players, and yet, this stat, 26 losses in 5 years by 7 points or less. That is very incredible for any football team. Very incredible. But the most painful stat of them all. Just the most painful. I don't understand why people even try and hype this team up. I felt like, okay, we have maybe the slightest a chance to win the game. I mean, we did well. We came back on that first drive in the second half and scored a touchdown. Easy. Got a stop and then looked like we were going to... No. Now, I could blame the refs as well for not calling a touchdown at the goal line. And then us, getting a false start because Nebraska. But I can't. Because we had 4 turnovers in that game. Minnesota didn't do crap with 3 of those turnovers. The fourth one, they got a field goal to win the game. It's just the same crap over and over and over again. New coach, Matt Rule. I don't know if he's good, but scoring 10 points isn't the greatest. I mean, Minnesota's defense is good. Last year we scored average against them. 13 points. We scored 13 points against them last year. That was average, apparently. This time we scored 10. What is happening? I genuinely don't know. I mean, like, there's positives. The special teams isn't fumbling the ball every game as of right now, so that's good, I guess. I don't know, man. But like, it's one game into the season. I understand there are going to be kinks into this. But I expected to either lose by a lot or win by a little bit. That's what I expected. I didn't expect Minnesota to only gain, like, virtually 0 rushing yards. I expected them to run all over us. And they didn't. Sure as crap, that didn't work for most of the game. And yet, like, what are we doing? What is happening? Why are we passing the ball with the lead? 7 points. We have a 7-point lead. Why aren't we running the ball? And then the next drive, when we're actually running the ball, we fumble it. Like, sure, that was a great play by the defender right there to punch the ball out. Peter Munch, by the way. But you can't lose the game like that. You know, we get the ball back, and then what do? We threw our 3rd interception of the game. 3rd interception. You know what this is bringing us back to? It's bringing us back to the Adrian Martinez days. Adrian Martinez is a good running back. He's not the greatest quarterback. Sims doesn't look like he can throw that well. Like, he can throw mid-range passes. That's good. But it looks like he can just run the ball a lot. I don't know if... the Casey Thompson year. That was okay. I was fine with that. I don't need a running quarterback. And yet we chose the guy who seemingly is the exact same model as Adrian Martinez. We picked him over a Casey Thompson. Like, oh, scheme fit and all that, but it's the problem in which there comes a time where you have to make a change. Because we are finding these running quarterbacks. They can run the ball extremely well, but they're extremely erratic in throwing. They can't see a safety that is like literally like a couple feet away from the wide receiver. They throw it there, easy interception. What happened? I can't understand. Like, it's one game. Sure, we'll figure out our kinks. We'll figure it out and play well. Hopefully, against. We'll figure it out. We'll try and figure it out. I hope we figure it out, because if we do this more on the season, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I would be. I don't know if I'd be able to watch this team anymore. Because it's another 4th quarter lead that we blow. We apparently have lifted the Frank Solich curse. What else do we do? Do we need to lift Bo Pelini's curse as well? Because sure as crap, I know that he's pretty pissed. And there's many quotes that I've seen from him on his way out saying that it would be a mistake to get rid of him. What do you know? It was a mistake to get rid of him. You know what I would rather have? I would rather have a bunch of pretty easy losses against like big teams, but we win against all the opponents that we're supposed to win against. We may have not been supposed to win against Minnesota, but we were so damn close. And you know exactly what that was? 2021. All 9 of our losses against decent opponents, mind you. We all lost them by single digits. An NCAA record. An NCAA record. 9 losses. By either one score or within one score. Frick you, Ohio State. Like, what are we doing? I expected Minnesota to score more points in this game, and yet our defense did amazingly. They held them pretty well. But it's our offense this time that is going to be the problem. You know what that reminds me of? 2009, where we went to the Big 12 championship on the back of players like Ndamukong Suh. What did our offense do? Nothing. They committed turnovers like they were trying to make a turnover bakery. You don't want to be like Jameis Winston. Like, I felt excited about the season starting, but it's just now making me question. Because this new regime looks eerily similar to the same regime that it was before. And I'm sure you are saying, oh, it's one game, you're just overreacting. You just have to wait and see if he changes his ways. We won't be able to see that until we play Michigan. That's the problem here. This is our highest graded opponent. Let's look, like, highest graded opponent until Michigan. Let's look at what we have as opponents for next week. Like Colorado, if they beat TCU, then maybe, that would be great. Northern Illinois, like, they're an okay opponent, but last year they were not the greatest. And then Louisiana Tech, mediocrity defined. Although good job on being FIU, I guess. That's our opponents. That is who our opponents are until Michigan. This was the one chance to prove that we can beat teams that are equal or better of our caliber. And it looks eerily similar to the past 5 to 6 years that we have had to go through. Like, I just don't know. Also, whoever was betting on the over was stupid. If you ever think that a Big Ten game score more than 43 points and that doesn't involve Ohio State or Michigan, I'll get out of here. But I just can't, bro. Pains me. I've watched this team because I've grown up with this team. I live in Nebraska. I've grown up with this team. I've seen what success was when I was in elementary school. Middle school, ever since, fallen apart. We are an entire generation of people who have not seen a successful Nebraska team since, I don't know, we were 3. When we barely remember anything. 2009. That's the closest that we've gotten to winning any sort of conference championship. Sure, we had that one Big Ten championship, but we lost that horribly to the third place team. Third place. But it's so hard to get positives out of this game because everything besides the defense and, the little bit of special teams play looked terrible. The offense was terrible. The defense, they played well. There's a couple sus calls, like disconcerting signals for the linebacker clapping to his own team. What kind of bullshit is that? What are you on? What? Huh? Okay, that's weird. And then the goal line. Oh, the goal line. Yeah, His knee is on a player. And you're telling me that is down. Okay, refs. Okay. I just can't understand it. And then, like, when our defense is gassed, they bid on a inside route on a play where where I'm pretty sure they're going to be going on the corner so that they can get an easy grab. Like, it just doesn't. I don't know. What do we need to do to fix this? Because if this trend continues to all the rest of the games, it's going to be a terrible look on Matt Rule. Like, sure, maybe he just doesn't do well in this first year. Yeah, sure. But he was expected to get 6 wins. I don't care that he gets 6 wins. I want to see a difference in the regime. I am not seeing a difference in the slightest on the field. Off the field, he's been doing better at recruiting and such. But if he's recruiting the wrong players, then that's not good. That is not good at all. Add to the fact that one of our players was just arrested for raiding a vape shop. By the way, why are you raiding a vape shop on O Street? That's not a good look. The guy that, I don't know, we were kind of sort of wanting onto the field, it might be now playing for the prison team at this point. Like, if the recruiting looks good on paper but doesn't translate onto the field, then there's no difference from the previous regime. No difference. We can recruit the best of players, but if they're not on the field playing, I don't care. I don't care. Like, all the off-season stuff was to play well and look different. What am I seeing? Nothing different. If I will 100% love if Matt Rule does well and we do win all the rest of the games that we're supposed to win and win at least 1 or 2 games that we may or may not have supposed to win. But if it's going to be losses like this, then this is going to be, again, the most painful team to watch. 3-9, 4-8. Those records don't tell you how much talent those teams had. We producing wide receivers that could go down the field and score points. We have Samori Toure, who went to the Packers. He can go down to the field and catch ball. Trey Palmer last year, he can go down the field and catch ball. But we have to have a quarterback who can throw them that ball. And we don't. I don't see a wide receiver that is going to actually be able to catch these balls. I just don't know. I just don't know. It's hard to be excited about anything when you are reliving the horrors that I have experienced on the Saturdays of these past couple years that I've experienced. And we're playing on a Thursday on national TV, and we're doing the exact same thing. You know what that tells the rest of America? Nothing has changed. And something needs to change. Because the definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. I thought we stopped dealing with the definition of insanity, but it's clear that we have not. Very clear. I won't give up on this team. I'm not going to be like that. I just might have to give up if this continues. If the continuation of the definition of insanity happens on the football field. I just want it better, man. I just want better for this football team. Because so many people are excited when this entire football season starts. Because they have something to watch. They have something to do. on weekends. And now we're barely providing them games on weekends because Friday and Thursday games. Maybe. Oh, here's another idea. Here's another idea that I'll leave you with. Why are we playing in August? Because it's clear to me that we cannot play well in August. I'm recording this on a September. If we play well for the rest of the year, and this is the one outlier in which it looks like the old, then we should have to mandate that we never play in August. We should never play in August. Because if it is going to be the August curse, then we should never play. I don't care that we will take week 1 off if week 1 starts on an August. I don't care. Because playing in August is clearly our kryptonite. Clearly our kryptonite. So, why would we want to play in August? There might be financial benefit, but clearly it would be better if we just played 12 straight weeks, like we did in Scott Frost's first year. It would be clearly better if we did that. I want this team to do better. I would love for this team to do better. But if they don't, then I don't know what to say. The final thing, if this season ends exactly how the previous 5 have gone, would just be a total nuke of this entire organization. Of this entire thing. Entire football team. If basketball sucks as well, throw that into there as well. You might as well just let go of all the players, let go of all the coaches. If this continues, you might as well just let them all go. And then, wait a couple years to restart the program. Because if those other schools around here, the Division 2s and the Division 3 team, are going to be much more enjoyable to watch, you might as well just... Why aren't there more Nebraska Division 1 teams? Besides the teams that don't have actual football teams. Bring one of them up. See if they can do better than us. It won't matter if they're, just staying in the FCS. It just needs something to change for Nebraska football. Because if it doesn't, if this exact same thing happens for the rest of this season, it will not go well. And the spirits of us, Nebraska fans, will keep on breaking until the end of time. Thank you for watching. And as always, go Big Red.